You just heard Dave Burns right there in the look ahead talking about the big move by the Suns this week, which was, of course, signing Devin Booker to that extension. Nothing with Bradley Beal. Although, Rick, I do have to ask you this. Jamal's not here today. Is he already in Prescott?
No, he is here. He's on Burns.
Oh, okay, good. Today. So we can still give him the Bradley Beal bobblehead to take to Prescott.
Yes,
because that was the deal. if Beal is still on the Suns at 2:00 today, Jamal's taking the bobblehead to Prescott. I don't know what he's going to do.
Should he bury it somewhere like a time capsule?
I think he should just give it to someone. Someone would probably want it. Just here, take. This,
wow, yeah.
Just give it to somebody.
That's not a bad idea. I love that.
Take this Bradley.
The
Beal
whole idea of giving it, as opposed to doing something bad to it.
No, I'm not going to do anything bad to it.
Yeah, of course. Give it away to somebody who would love it, especially now that the arm is fixed on it.
Mitch went and repaired the arm, thinking maybe that was the issue. So, now we have a fully functional Bradley Beal bobblehead that Jamal can give to some rando stranger in Prescott. And they're probably going to look at him and be like, what are you doing?
Yes. I like that idea.
I'm going to play this cut.
Let's do that, Rick. Yeah, tell Jamal that's what we're going to do, okay?
We're giving the bobblehead to somebody in Prescott. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
And ideally, they will take it back to Milwaukee, and Bucks fans will be so enthused they'll say, "Hey, go sign this guy."
Yes.
David Dennis Jr. This is him from yesterday talking about the new Devin Booker contract. Okay.
Devin Booker is really looking at a situation that is pretty closely to one of his teammates, which is Bradley Beal when he was in the Washington Wizards, where you are a shining star around a franchise that really has no way to put any big talent around you or make any sort of run deep into the playoffs, and you cannot build through the draft. This is something that I would not want to be in, all things considered, taking away the money. But when the money's concerned, yes, you have to take it. But he has to understand that he is going to be part of a franchise that's going nowhere for most of the time he's on that contract.
Yeah, and once again, I really respect a guy that loyalty means something to him. And I know it's very, very hard to say that when we talk about professional sports and mercenary leagues, and the fact that the biggest mercenary league on the face of the planet, the NFL, the NBA, the NHL, Major League Baseball, you are a mercenary. There is no denying that. Is there anything wrong with having a modicum of loyalty for the organization that you've grown up in? I don't think there is. And that's what Devin Booker has for the Phoenix Suns.
I don't think it really computes for a lot of people if you're not here. If you're national and you're looking around, I get it to a certain extent now, because you're looking at a guy who is a really good player. They just flashed this up on one of the screens earlier while we were talking about something else, Wolf. So I took I screen grabbed it just to have the exact numbers. But Devin Booker is now the highest paid player in the NBA in terms of average annual value on his deal when that kicks in.
Okay.
He's number 1, SGA's number 2, Jason Tatum 3, Steph Curry 4. Obviously, the other 3 guys have all won a championship, or in Steph Curry's case, several championships, right? I understand looking at it and being like, okay, he's there, and they are going to have a really hard time building a team around him. But they're not going to have a hard time building a team around him because he took this money.
Yeah.
They're going to have a hard time building a team around him because their picks are it's just very complicated. People act like they have no picks. They do have picks. They're just going to be later in the first round.
Yeah. You never know what's going to happen going forward, but I do know right now, Devin Booker, the reason why they signed him to the extension that they did, and the reason why Book signed it, was because he was okay with what the Phoenix Suns are intending to do going forward. Body, soul, and spirit. I think Devin Booker embodies everything that Matt Ishbia and Brian Gregory and the Phoenix Suns want to do going forward. I think he's that guy. I talk about it all the time, over and over and over again. Models for culture, how you've got to have guys that will walk around and model the culture that you want here. You can talk about culture all day long. You can talk about it. If you don't have guys modeling it, you got jack. You got nothing. It's a thought is what it is. It's the reason why you have to think about who you're going to draft. You have to think about what kind of person is this guy that we're going to sign. You have to think about, who am I going to bring into this locker room? You have to do all of that, Luke.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you got Jack. You got nothing. Devin Booker is exactly what Matt Ishbia and Brian Gregory want the Phoenix Suns to look like. Let him model your culture, body, soul, and spirit. And that's what he does. And it's the reason why they signed him to this extension. And it's the reason why Devin Booker signed the extension as well. Not just the money. He knows what he's in store for here. He does. He knows what's ahead of him. And he agreed to do it. I love that. And that's not a negative reflection on Book. That's a positive reflection.
They have to, and this is going to be the Suns' challenge. It's not Devin Booker's. If you're rebuilding a team and you want to have a young star player to build that team around, and I get it. There are other guys around the league now that are hitting benchmarks or receiving accolades and winning titles that Devin Booker hasn't done yet. I get it. You had this conversation 2 or 3 years ago, and you could put him in the same category with Jason Tatum or with SGA in some ways. Those guys are winning titles now. I understand that. But if you're going to build this team up around a player, I like the idea of building it around Devin Booker. The key is, can they put other really good to great players around him? They don't necessarily need to do it this year, but you either need to be drafting guys that are going to evolve into really good or great players, or at some point, when you've built your culture, you need to go out and find a really good to great player that fits your culture.
Yeah.
We saw the Cardinals do it this year with Josh Sweat. Different sport, I understand that. But you go out there and, okay, this guy fits what we've already built. They're going to have to do that because no matter how good Devin Booker can still get, he's not good enough to win a title, which is ultimately the goal here. Whether it's in 3, 4, 5 years, whatever, he's not good enough to do it while it's just him and then a bunch of first and second and third year guys following him around. He's going to need legitimate help. That's the Suns' challenge, to put it around him. If they didn't have Booker, then you really have nothing. Then the summer league team is the NBA team.
Yeah. For me too, I love it because Devin Booker is body, soul, and spirit. My coach used to say it all the time: body, soul, and spirit, dude. Body, soul, and spirit. Book is the Phoenix Suns' body, soul, and spirit. Body is about the what. It's what you do. It's your body physically interacting with everything around you. I think the Phoenix Suns look at Devin Booker and love what he does and how he plays the game of basketball. Soul is the how. Body is the what. Soul is the how. It's kind of like, have you ever seen somebody play a guitar? And somebody says, man, he plays that guitar with a lot of soul. He plays that trumpet with a lot of soul. He plays that instrument with a lot of soul. Or a triangle. Because it's about the how. Spirit is about your mentality. It's about the why. It's why you do it. Body, soul, and spirit. Devin Booker is the guy that the Phoenix Suns love and want to build around. And Book said, okay. And I love that.
Thanks for watching Wolf and Luke. Tap to see more and click the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.